This is your primetime forecast from Dr. Don's Weather. A huge thank you to our amazing partners who help make it all possible. The Randolph County Commission, Inlow House Lodging, East Alabama Waste, Jimis's Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Broadcasting from the Alpha Weather Center and powered by The Oaks, Integrated Contractor Services, Stevens Home Furniture, N&W Locks, Venture Fence, Estate Masters, Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
And welcome to your Saturday. It's weekend time, and this is your primetime forecast for September 27th, 2025. 17th Annual Fall on Main Street, coming to Roanoke, Alabama, October 25th from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. You got to be there. We will be there, and we want to see you hanging out with us on Saturday, October 25th, in downtown Roanoke. We're actually going to be there on Friday. We're going to attempt to do some live broadcast Friday afternoon and maybe Friday evening to kind of pump you up and get you ready for the big event of the year in downtown Roanoke. I sure hope you stop by and say hello to all of us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Today's weather forecast is brought to you by Miss Sonja Hollomon with Hunter Ben Realty. Get in touch with Sonja at 678-778-3945. Remember, Hunter Ben Realty Services, and get your ducks in a row with Dukas. Jamie Dukas can handle all of your insurance needs in Alabama and Georgia. Been doing it for over 20 years. 256-831-7770. Here we go. Your Storm Prediction Center convective outlook for today. General scattered thunder across Georgia, eastern Tennessee, up into the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, and up into Virginia. We may see some storms today, also across Florida. Things are going to start to really settle down across Alabama, Mississippi, and most of Tennessee. I don't really expect to see much in the way of thunderstorm activity there today. Had a big one in Wedowee last night. Actually caused the Randolph County Ranburne game to be called off at halftime. Lightning took out the lights there at the Hewlett Humphreys Stadium in Wedowee, and that game was called at half. Randolph County had a big lead there. And down in Roanoke, Hanley just barely got away with a win, and they just barely got away without any severe weather. Rain started late in the fourth quarter, and just as things were over, we had some heavy rainfall around the area, but no lightning delays in that ball game. I'm sure that there were multiple lightning delays across West Georgia, though. So we had some big thunderstorms last night in Carroll County, even down into Heard and Chambers County, back into Alabama. Not going to be a problem with that today as Alabama begins to dry out. Maybe a few scattered showers across East Alabama, but I got to tell you the chances are like 15%. High temperature this afternoon, well, it'll be 85 degrees in Gadsden, 85 in Birmingham, 86 over in Tuscaloosa, and we will make it to 84 in Eufaula, Alabama. Looking at Georgia, it's going to be a partly cloudy day, 73 up in the northeast Georgia mountains, 87 in Columbus, and we'll make it to 84 down in Valdosta. Better chances of rain will be across the eastern reaches of the state of Georgia. Here we go with a look at the tropics. There have been changes since we last spoke. The overnight model runs have been trending further east with what is expected to become a Milda at any moment now. I mean, we're talking this storm is right on the threshold of becoming a tropical storm. The current maximum sustained winds are at 35 miles per hour. Movement is to the northwest at 7. The center is located at 22.0 north or 75.9 west. You'll see it down there in the extreme southwestern corner of the Atlantic. And now we expect the track to be up to the north, and by 2 p.m. Monday, somewhere just southwest of Jacksonville, by 2 a.m. Tuesday, just southeast of Jacksonville, and then by 2 p.m. on Tuesday, southeast of Savannah, And the latest models suggest it's going to put on the brakes just south of Charleston and then start turning back off to the east and also start weakening back down to a tropical storm. So there's still a lot of questions here, folks, because it's a very complex, the steering mechanism for this potential tropical storm or hurricane. The steering mechanism is extremely complex here because we have low pressure over the southeastern United States. We have multiple centers of high pressure across the northeastern United States. And then we have Humberto out in the Atlantic. And all of these different features play a part in the eventual track of Imelda. So that's why it's kind of iffy here on exactly what the track is, and that's why you see such a huge cone there at the end of this graphic, because those all those areas are possibilities. So you got to stay in tune with this as we go through over the weekend. Even though the trend has been back to the east, there could be a correction back to the west, and all of this could change again. So please be mindful. The National Hurricane Center updates every 6 hours. They have intermediate updates every 3 hours. So lots of information coming as we go throughout your Saturday. We will fine-tune this as we get into tomorrow morning. So be sure you stay abreast of the latest weather information from a reputable weather outlet. There is all kinds of nonsense out there on social media about this potential hurricane. Don't buy into it. Make sure you're watching the National Weather Service or reputable outlets across your social media. Here we go with the current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farm. 64 degrees outside. Feels like 66. Wind is calm. Humidity is 99%. The barometric pressure, 29.95. Dew point, 64. Just a trace of rain at the rain bucket there in northeast Chambers County in the past 24 hours. High temperature yesterday was 82. We currently have partly cloudy skies. Sunrise this morning was at 6:33, and the sun sets this evening at 6:32 p.m. There we go. So this afternoon, we're looking at partly cloudy skies. 82 in Roanoke will hit 82 in Lineville. Dadeville makes it to 84, and LaGrange will top out this afternoon at 83 degrees. 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center for your Saturday. A 20% chance of a passing shower. Most of you won't see a drop of rain today. 82 will be the high, down to 63 tonight. On Sunday, full-blown sunshine, 83. Monday, partly cloudy, a 20% chance of a rain shower. 81 will be the high temperature. Tuesday will be sunny, 82. And boy, look at Wednesday and Thursday. How about 77 for your high on Wednesday? And we'll take it 74 for your high on Thursday. That means up here in the northeast Georgia mountains, we're going to be sitting right there around that perfect 72-degree mark come the end of this upcoming week. Folks, check us out over at 24.drdowx.com. Let me do that again. 24.drdonwx.com. That is our live 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week stream. We call it Dr. Don's Weather 24 Forever. You'll see the Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar, and any alerts that will be issued by the National Weather Service will scroll at the bottom of the screen. Be sure you check it out. It's pretty cool stuff. Let's take a look at your radar. Speaking of, and here's what we've got going on at this hour. And let me just stop that right there. So this is, look way out there to the right. That's Humberto. That's going to curve back off to the north. Not going to have an issue with Humberto at all. Now, here's the $64 million question. Do these two come close enough together for Humberto to influence the eventual track of what's going to become Imelda? I think there's a decent chance that it will. The closest pass of these two storms is likely going to be sometime during the day on Monday, maybe late Sunday night into early Monday. And that influence could start dragging the storm back out to sea. At least the computer models seem to think that is a viable option, because now, unlike this time yesterday, now you see the majority grouping of the spaghetti models are turning it back out to sea. You'll remember this time yesterday, the majority of the spaghetti models had it coming in on shore around Charleston and then curving back across Georgia. That was because we didn't think these two were going to get close enough for it to be an influence, and because of the low pressure over Alabama and the multiple centers of high pressure across the Northeast would possibly just suck the storm right into South Carolina and then back over Georgia. But the upper levels of the atmosphere kind of changing a little bit now, and the long-range computer models seem to think that Humberto may be the determining factor here on exactly where Imelda ends up going. And right now they think it's going to pull it back out to sea. We'll have to watch and see, and we'll have more information tomorrow and have more of a confidence level, I think, as we get into your Sunday. All right, so taking you into the southeastern United States, and you can see that we have a low-pressure system stretching across extreme western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, right down into North Georgia, and then into the Apalachicola area. We do see a few showers dragging along that cold front this morning as it moves off to the east. So for you folks from Atlanta, north up into the northeast Georgia mountains, maybe a few showers and thunderstorms for the remainder of the morning across East Alabama and West Georgia. You are high and dry on this Saturday morning. Get your Thunder Buddy shirts. You can do it at the Dr. Don Weather Store. You can also pick up the What About t-shirts. We did go live last night, and we brought you the second half of the iSchool Sports broadcast of the Hanley ball game, Hanley and Lynette, and we had the radar up on the screen, and then I broke in from time to time and gave you some updates as we had that thunderstorm moving toward right field in Roanoke. And lots of you were in there last night making a comment, and several of you said, boy, it's been a minute. And it has. I mean, it's been spring since we have done live coverage because there just hasn't been any severe weather to talk about, and that's a good thing. So it was good seeing you guys last night, though. Hang in there. All that's going to change. We'll be spending a lot of time together in the coming weeks as we get into our secondary severe weather season. Enjoy your Saturday. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.
That's a wrap on your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia, broadcasting from the Owlful Weather Center and powered by The Oak, Integrated Contractor Services, Stevens Home Furniture, N&W Locks, Venture Fence, The State Masters, Southern Union State Community College, The Venue at 5 Points Farms, and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is proudly supported by Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Beazle Repair. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook. Share with your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We'll see you back in here tomorrow morning for another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.